We are live. It's the Reality TV Aftermath boys. The Survivor Aftermath crew is here. We are here for our Survivor 50 preseason draft. We have myself, Nick, Chase, and Jacob. What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Feeling for season 50?
Very excited. Ready to get this going. We're only about, actually 48 hours away at this point.
Yeah.
47 hours and 55 minutes.
I'm super excited about it. There's a lot of people we haven't seen in many, many years, 2 decades for some people, and then about 2 seasons for others, less than 1 season for others. So let's get right into it. We got Jacob with the first pick. I'm going second. Chase will be rounding us out. We're doing the snake draft style. I have set up a little chart for us to track who we're picking, and then we will be using the Real TV fantasy site to track our picks, scores, and things. We'll be using the default scoring for this league. But we do have a weekly pick'em game set up for anybody who wants to join. Winner will get a buff. It's like a traditional merge buff, correct? Season 50 merge buff. It'll be a traditional fantasy style game where you pick 5 players each week to set your lineup, and you can only use each contestant 5 times the whole season. So link to join that will be in the description of this video. And if you want in, feel free to join. You can join at any time in the season, but if you miss a week, you can't recover those points. So, yeah, let's get right into it, Jacob. Who are you taking with the 1-1 pick?
All right, so first round pick, I will take, and it was a tough decision, but I will take Ozzy.
Wow.
Ozzy 1-1.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on Ozzy going into this?
I think he's going to be good TV. I think when you're good looking, that helps. I think he's still going to be a challenge beast. I think he's going to create some interesting drama. I think he'll rack up some points and crush at the challenges. My only worry is that because he's a threat, if he can't really adapt to the new game and either can't catch up with the idols and the advantages or gets voted out early, or if he goes on a winning streak, they vote him out because he's a threat.
Well, speaking of the winning streak thing, there's a lot of good contestants here in terms of challenges. I mean, you got Chrissy for the women. She won, I think it was 4. She won 4 immunity challenges in her season. You got Jonathan Young, just an absolute beast, arguably the best challenge performer of all time. And you got Colby, who's another beast back in his prime at least. You got Dee, you got Savannah, Tiffany. I would argue Q's a pretty solid challenge. Kyle, there's a lot of challenge piece on this season. So if Ozzy goes on a run, that would be very impressive. After what he did in season 34, I'm a little low on him, but I think it's a good first round pick. You're going to get a lot of challenge points out of him.
I like it.
So I'll carry that over into my pick. There's one contestant that if I don't take now, I'm worried Chase will snag. And I think I have to take them. I'm going to do it. It's Coach.
Oh.
If I don't have Coach on my team, I'm just going to regret it. I mean, I'm going to get so many confessional points. He's probably going to say the title of like 6 episodes during the season. He's incredible entertainment. I'm just so happy we are blessed with Coach Wade back on our TV.
He was to just go back and rewatch 20. He's an interesting one. That was of course the first I had seen of him in a long time, and the level of pretentious but grounded, and it was good TV.
Yeah, season 20, he's like a neutered version of Coach. He was a little more timid based on what he had done in Token Teens. I mean, just the Token Teens era Coach is arguably the greatest character in the history of the show. If we get anything close to that on this season, I will absolutely.
I mean, what Coach should do is take the advice from his close friend Ben Katzman and just go out and be his authentic self this season, and don't be anyone else.
If he does that, we'll be in for a hell of a ride. That's for sure. All right, Chase, you're up. You got back-to-back. Who do you like?
All right, I've got back-to-back. Honestly, as my number 1 overall, I'm going to have to go with Dr. Hubicki.
Ooh, good choice.
I think he's going to be able to make a lot more closer connections this time on the social level very early, and he's going to be able to have someone as his meat shield. I think he's going to pair well with Joe. And I think those two, that's my prediction with them. I think Joe and Christian are going to end up getting together right at the beginning. And yeah, Joe's going to end up being Christian's meat shield, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, they are in the same tribe. They also have Ozzy on that tribe, so that's another potential meat shield there.
Yep, for sure.
So I like that pick. That's a good.
I would love to see how also Christian gets with Devins. I could see them being very close together too, and I would love to see how the social dynamic of this tribe is going to play out. There's definitely some, again, like we said, some heavy competition, some heavy comp beasts in here, but I think there's going to be a lot of strategic gameplay specifically on this tribe.
So my thought, since you brought up Joe, my thought with him, I think we're going to see a darker Joe this season.
I don't know. Honestly, from my preseason interviews, from what I've seen, he basically has said he's going to play the same game. I personally would love to see a little bit of a darker Joe. I would love to see him get a little more strategic. Nothing against how he played before, because I loved the authentic side of it too, and I loved him sticking with it. But like, if he wants to win this game, he's going to have to do more than just stick with his number one from day one.
Yeah, I'm afraid he's going to still play that loyalty card, but like Jacob said, I'm hoping he's a little more cutthroat. That's probably the word you were looking for, like not afraid to make moves. I think in 48, he realized he had a clear path to the end if he just stuck with his group. And that strategy can work, but I don't know if that'll win you the game. But I think Christian's a great pick in round one. You're going to get a ton of confessional points from him. He's a great narrator. He's so good with the camera in front of him, just one-on-one. Great storyteller. So that's a great value pick. He was definitely high on my list here.
For sure. And then honestly, as my next pick, I'm stuck between two. I'm stuck between one from Vatu and one from, who's the other one? Kahlo. I'm going to have to go. My gut says Tiff.
Ooh, that's bold. She was a sleeper pick for me. I was thinking I could get her late round. She's got a lot of value for.
I think Tiff is going to be someone again who's can kind of tread under the water, more of a Gabler-like game, or pop her head up when she needs to, then come back down again. I think Tiff's going to go far this time around.
She could have won season 46 if she just played her idol correctly when she got voted out.
For sure.
But, I mean, that was kind of a curse on that season. It seemed like everyone was doomed for idol plays there. I think she's a great dark horse pick this season. She's not going to come in with a big target on her. She's not going to come in like with a threatening aura like some other new era players. Kyle, for example, is going to have a big target on him. Savannah as well. So I think it's a great pick. D is another one from the new era, like just huge target on her back. So yeah, Tiff's a good pick. I was hoping I could get her late. Good pick there, man.
Thank you. Well,
back to me now. I'm debating if I want to pick with my heart or my head. I'm going to pick with my heart here and not my head. I'm taking Q.
Wow.
You're gonna get a lot of value out of Q.
Oh my God. He's not gonna make it past like episode 5, but oh my God, for those 5 episodes, it will be electric. I love Q. My favorite new era player, top 5 favorite players of all time. My favorite archetype in the show is chaotic alpha males who have zero strategic element to their game. And Q is just the definition of chaos, no strategy, and hilariousness. If that's a real word. I don't think it is a real word, but I love Q. I'm so happy I got Coach and Q. Probably 2 very bad picks, but yeah, Q skirt. Yep. Might bring that back. But wow, I'm so happy I got Coach and Q back to back. Might not be a wise pick for making a deep run in the game, but for entertainment value.
For entertainment value, you definitely won.
You guys got any other thoughts on Q before we go back to Jacob? Any winner potential there?
No.
I don't think so.
He's going to get himself canceled. He's going to cancel himself.
Yeah, I'll be stoked if he makes the merge.
The biggest things that are important to me is grit, and I feel like Q doesn't have the grit to dig deep when it those grit style challenges. I think he's going to bail on those.
Maybe his play on 46 was all a long con master plan to make him seem like he's in a minimal threat level, and then he brings it season 50.
I wouldn't put it past him. To be completely honest, I would not put that past him.
But yeah, I don't think he's going very far, if I'm being honest with you. That's a pick with my heart, just someone I want to see on my TV as much as possible before they vote him out. And, I think he was beefing with Aubrey. I think he made a comment about Aubrey on his season, like she didn't deserve to win or something. So I wouldn't be surprised if Aubrey's coming for Q's head. I think they're on the same starting tribe, too. So that'll be interesting to see. That could be a big problem for Q, actually, because I think she's been pre-gaming, and she's a really, really good player. So
I mean, you've already made your pick.
Yep. No, I'm never taking that pick back. But yeah.
All right, so Jacob.
Yep, back to back here.
So my next pick, I'm going purely off of entertainment value of some of the seasons I've watched recently, and there's been a few people that have either gotten me out of bed or off the couch where I'm up and yelling, and that is Rick Devens.
Ooh.
Between the titles, the strategy, and the fact that he makes great TV.
Rick Devens here. We got Jacob at the end of the second round taking out Devens.
I think he will go far.
Yeah, he had a lot of underrated moves. If I remember correctly, he had a fake idol or something. Like he made a fake idol and planted it. Yeah. And he's surprisingly good at challenges too. If
Chris didn't take him out of fire, he was going to win his season for
landslide.
Sure.
Yeah, he probably gets every vote.
Yep, exactly.
He's great at performing for the jury, and that's a very underrated skill in this game. You got to be able to win jury votes, not just win challenges, not just win every little.
And my concern with Devens this season is that everyone knows that he was a fire-making competition from winning his game, from winning his season, and they're gonna know exactly how, how much he has potential to win this game.
Well, and I think he was kind of honest, like what he had going for him in 38 was he was kind of like he's a little unassuming. He's not crazy in shape. He doesn't come off as the most well-spoken person initially right away, but I think he sneaks up on you, and I think that's what he had going for him for 38, and that was 38.
Yep.
And that was my hesitation with taking him, but he just those moves towards the end, and then that's I was yelling when Chris put him, gave away his immunity and then put himself in fire against Rick, and I'm like, that was brilliant TV and a brilliant move on Chris's part because that was the one shot he had to win the game.
Chris did what he had to do to win the game.
Right.
For the hand he was dealt, it was perfectly played. But at the expense of Rick.
The total of like the 12 game days total that Chris played, he played those 12 days exactly how he needed to. He played those final 3 days exactly how he needed to win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Chris is a good winner. That's a very controversial take in the community here, but Chris is a deserving winner. For the season he was on, he played a fantastic game.
What was that? That was Redemption Island, right?
That was Edge of Extinction.
Edge of Extinction.
Yeah. I didn't love the concept because I didn't love that you could just chill on Edge of Extinction pretty much.
Natalie almost did the same exact thing in 40.
Yeah, I mean, you can't fault him for playing the season he was on, but you can definitely hate the production aspect of it.
I kind of liked it also. Like I like that they change things up. I like that they do something different. But if it were me, I would have maybe had them come back in 1 or 2 votes before, so they had the chance to reintegrate and be a part of actual Survivor a little bit more.
Yeah.
If anything,
but nonetheless, I think he deserved the win.
If anything, I would have liked to see more of a Redemption Island sort of thing come back.
Mm-hmm.
Versus Edge of Extinction.
Yeah, the problem with Redemption Island is it just ate up so much screen time. So I don't think they'll ever go back to something like that. It was like half the episode every episode. And
but now that we have an hour and a half.
Yeah, I mean, season 40 would have been better if we had more airtime for that.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so Jacob, you got another pick coming up.
Good pick.
So I feel like I need to go with All Reliable. When I did finally get back into Survivor, they helped me win. I can't remember if it was either our league with you guys or it was the league with my work people, but I have to go with All Reliable D.
Okay.
I like that pick. She's very strong. My concern is the target on her back is gigantic. But out of all the women, she might be the strongest challenge competitor, arguably, and great social game, as we saw in season 45.
I could see D getting to the merge just because they do need to win challenges. D has proven that she is also faithful and is honest with who she is working with. So I could see them at least taking D to the merge, and then she would be a very, very quick and early merge boot. Unless she finds idols and advantages this time around. And
yeah, I see a similar path as Ozzy there. You know, she's just a very easy boot at the merge if it comes down to someone real quick. We just need to all agree on someone without thinking too hard. D, easy.
Yep.
I think there's a handful of people like that, though. Because there's a handful of people like that, I think 1 to 2 of them are going to slip through the cracks, and that could be where our winner is.
I think it's a very good take. But if you're thinking that way, maybe Tiff's the pick there, man. I'm just saying. I mean, Tiff's already off the board, but Tiff's the
that's
Tiff's
exactly
that dark horse
what
spot
I'm
you
saying.
just described. All right, well, going into my next pick, I'm definitely gonna stick with my heart here and continue picking with my heart. Before I make this pick, Chase, do you mind if I borrow your jacket? Chase, do you mind if I borrow your jacket? Is there any chance that I could have your jacket? I'm taking Angelina. I mean, I'm entertainment maxing so far on my team. I mean, I'm just getting confessionals out the ass. I don't think any of these people are winning the game, to be honest with you, but I'll get a winner pick deep in the draft here. I mean, Angelina is just television gold. Every episode she was on, she made me laugh.
Angelina is definitely... She is entertaining, yes. And if you're good, it seems like that's kind of like the trope that you're going with so far.
So far, at least. We'll see. We'll see how this works out for me. But, I mean, my heart was telling me just pick your favorites. I got 3 of my favorites off the board. And I know who my next pick is if you don't take this person.
Well, I already know my next 2. We're going to go with another dark horse as well. Kind of following the same trends. I'm going to go with 3 dark horses. We're going to go with Jenna Lewis.
Ooh. Damn, dude. She was on my list. I really wanted Jenna.
I think Jenna. That Jenna is going to make it far. With the way this season is broken out and how the tribes are broken out, the way that I kind of can picture this happening is that, again, there's going to be beat shields, there's going to be strategic shields, and I feel like it's going to end up being post-merge, old school versus new school. Kind of the way that season 40 went down with Winners at War, where it ended up being old school versus new school, and kind of the same thing as any of the past few returning seasons. Again, I don't necessarily think it's going to happen right away, but anyone who is coming back before season 20, if they all make it post-merge, they're getting together. And if they get the majority, they're going to the end.
Yeah, I think it's been such a long time with her not playing that her threat level is going to be very low.
Yep.
And
exactly.
I mean,
she hasn't played
players.
since season 8.
Yeah, there's a lot of new school players who haven't even watched all the old school seasons. I think Q is one of them. Q, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong, but I think Q said in an interview one time that he's only watched from season 40 on. So
I think, Q hasn't watched. I believe D's another one who only watched after starting at 30, 20, something like that. So yeah, there are people who are going to, obviously they did their research before they went to the island and they will know her, but it's not going to be quite as fresh in their minds, and it's not going to be the same as people who have played with her in the past. All right, now I'm going to be breaking away from my dark horse choices a little bit. I need more of a physical beast, and we are taking Jonathan Young here.
Nice. Good pick. I was going to absolutely take
We
him later on.
need. I need someone who I can rely on that will. If you look at his tribe, there's not really many others who can, outside of D, I should say, who are huge physical threats. So by that point, I want to pick someone who I know they're going to keep in their tribe early on, who they know they can rely on to win challenges.
I was on the verge of taking Jonathan. I love Jonathan. One of my favorite new era contestants. I just love like I said earlier, a strong alpha male with no strategic acumen. Jonathan fits that bill. He's going to get you a ton of challenge points, not many confessional points. He probably goes deep in the game, though, just because there's no way he gets voted out pre-merge unless something crazy happens. And
exactly,
once he gets to the post-merge, he just needs a few allies like Joe or others who are just going to stay loyal to him, and who knows how far he go. That's a good pick there. He was on my list. I think your strategy is looking pretty good here. Your team looks pretty solid. All right, well, carrying into my next pick here, I think I'm going to stick with my heart and just finish the first half of this draft. 4 straight heart picks. I'm taking Sari. The queen, man, the greatest to never win the game. You know, she's probably not going to win the game. I think her destiny is like getting to Final 6 and then getting voted out because of an advantage or something.
Everyone has idols and advantages again, where she's the only
she
one.
Doesn't. Yep. Man, I love Sari.
That was so brutal. I can't believe that's actually how that happened. She was going to make it to Final 5. There was a good chance she would have made it to Final 3 there, and everyone just had an idol or an advantage.
Yep.
That was brutal.
Yeah, and she's got a lot of legendary moves under her belt. She's got the Eric Immunity Idol. That was her. I give most of the credit to Sari there because Sari came up with that plan. She's got the 3-2-1 vote split in Panama, just one of the most brilliant moves of the old school era. I mean, Sari is a queen. Sari is truly one of the most entertaining players to ever play this game. I love her. She's my personal opinion, the best player to never win the game. And I hope she goes far this season. It would be incredible if she won. I don't expect her to win, but I think I'm going to get a lot of points from her unless she gets voted out pre-merge, which is definitely a high probability, to be honest with you. I think there's a really strong chance she gets voted out immediately. But with that being said, I love Sari, so I'm taking her before she's gone. All right, Jacob, back to you. Unless you got any thoughts on Sari you want to throw out there. You muted yourself. I think we lost your audio. Or it came undone if you lost your mic. Still lost it.
Nope. Still no audio.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. You're back.
Okay. Huh. That's weird.
Gotcha.
Okay. Anyway. Tough decision. No, I do like Cerrito. Of course, I just rewatched her, and 20 was such a great season to like. That was the perfect one to rewatch right before 50.
She got really sniped in 20, man. Oh, if she didn't get sniped where she got sniped, she might go deep.
Yeah. But for my next pick, I was tough decisions. Let me take Joe.
Oh, nice. You guys keep picking who I want.
Yep, I really think we're going to see a more strategic Joe this time. I think I think he's going to be a little more willing to backstab, a little more willing to get his hands dirty.
He needs to. Again, like I said earlier, if he really wants to have a chance at winning, he needs to.
Mm-hmm. Well, and we're talking. There's a lot of challenge threats out there. I think like some of them have to slip through the cracks, and I think somebody's going to go on. There's a lot of people that can crush at challenges, and there's a lot of people that the second they get to the merge, they're going to be gunning for them. But I almost think there's so many that somebody's got 2 to 3 people have to slip through, and one of those is going to go on a streak at the end and win.
All right, who do you got next? We're halfway through.
Yeah. Let's see. I think I have to go with someone, again, another season I recently watched, and it was just, they were part of one of my favorite scenes of the show ever, and that would be Mike White. watching
I had,
him,
I had a feeling you were going to say Mike next.
No.
watching him look
next
for
pick.
somebody else's idol while wine drunk, like stumbling through the forest looking for an idol while wine drunk, was one of my favorite scenes in the entire show.
That was incredible.
Yeah, and he's just shrugging his shoulders. And then his comment about the ladder being 100 feet tall was so funny, dude.
120 feet tall.
He's going deep because I don't think anybody. Well, there's a few people that will target him. I don't think we can say everybody, but I think there's going to be a few people that'll target him. But for the most part, a lot of people are going to want to work with him, and he's got the White Lotus factor, where people are going to want to be his friends. That way, after the show's over, they get on another TV show. That's a great pick. I was about to take him there at 5'2". Great pick. I love Mike White. School Rock's one of my favorite movies of all time. Shout out Mike White. Great writer.
Well, now that Mike's off the board, who are you following up with next?
I want to stick with my heart and just keep picking my favorite players of all time. I think I need to go a little more on the head side of the spectrum here and pick someone I think can go deep. And with that being said, I'm taking Mother Vive Genevieve.
Oh, that was going to be my next pick. She
Mother.
was going to be in my next two. That's disappointing.
Shout out all the Genevieve stands. One of my favorite players of the new era. Potentially my favorite woman of the new era. Just such a solid player. She dominated the pre-merge of her season and shined a little too bright too early. And her target being so big really opened the door for Rachel.
For sure. Absolutely.
Move the way that she moved.
She just played a little bit too aggressively, a little bit too soon.
Yep.
Who did she beef with that season? That it was.
I don't think she really beefed with anybody. People were just mad at her because she was such a savage with her gameplay. Like she took out Keyshawn, like she blindsided the heck out of Keyshawn. She kept Teeny out of the vote every time, but was able to maintain that relationship with her. She cut Rome. She used Rome and then just cut him. So I mean, Genevieve's a savage. Genevieve's an excellent strategist, great player.
Do you remember when Rome was upside down, feet first in the water well looking for the idol?
A lot of people don't like Rome. I really appreciate Rome as a character. Rome's a great character for the TV show.
That may have been my favorite
more chaotic players like Rome.
That may have been my favorite moment for 47, was just seeing him upside down in the water while people were just walking by.
Yep. Such a great screenshot, too. I might make that my background moving forward. That's a great point. Well, I'm happy. My team is looking very entertaining. Probably not a lot of winner potential, but love my lineup. Just some of my favorite players. All right, Chase, over to you. Back to back.
All right. Well, like I said, I'm going kind of with my next trope. I got to go with our old town American hero, Colby Donaldson.
Nice pick. One of my favorite players of all time. One of the GOATs.
Sure, he might be an early vote, but he's going to get a lot of screen time. And same thing, everyone loves Colby. He didn't play the best in 20, but everyone's still going to connect with him. And again, if the old school players can make it far, they're all just going to band together and do what they can to make it to the end.
It's a great pick. I love Colby. I almost took him in the 5-2 spot. I thought I could get him late. Great pick. Just nothing but positive.
Honestly, I think him and Rizzo are going to get along too. I'm really interested to see how those two interact.
It would just be very funny to see 50-something-year-old Colby refer to him as Riz God. Or just in a confessional, like, can you believe this, child?
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you believe this, Riz God? All right. I've only chosen one new era so far. And I've got to go with my girl, Emily Flippin.
Okay.
Represent Maryland.
Represent Maryland. Let's go, Emily. Love the character development of her in 45. She's arguably had one of the best character developments from the beginning of a season to the end in all 49 seasons of Survivor so far. Love her personal growth, and I want to see more of that, and I want to actually see her be a little bit more aggressive this time, now that she has learned to control her emotions, now that she has learned to just not be 100% tactical and calculating. I can see her working well with Devins and Christian, and like all those the brains minds, the three of them working, the Brains Alliance, like basically. I would love to see something like that work out.
Yeah, I think she's got a tough draw in the Sela tribe. I know she's friends with Christian outside of the game because they do those like online games together. I do think she might have a tough time in the pre-merge potentially if she can't find other allies with Christian. So we'll see. If she can survive the pre-merge on her tribe, I could see her going deep.
Absolutely.
All right. Back to me. Getting down to slim pickings here. I think I'm going to go with Kyle.
Ooh, I like that.
Our first 48 pick.
I think Kyle
Second 48 pick.
It's a dangerous pick because the winners are probably going to get targeted. I mean, we've seen it in past seasons like All-Stars, for example. The winners get targeted. But I also think if hypothetically someone like Camilla gets taken out early, people could look at Kyle and be like, oh, he's not as threatening now. His partner's gone. And then also, he's a winner, so we're never going to let him win twice. So I think there's a lot of upside to Kyle, especially in the 6th round here. He's a brilliant strategist. He's very good socially, great in challenges. Do I think he wins the game? Probably not. Do I think I have the winner of the season on my team? Probably not, but damn it, do I love everybody on my team. They're just some of my favorite players. So
how funny would it be if Kyle and Camilla duped everyone again and all of us watching? Like, there's no way they can work together again, right? And what if
I was going to ask.
what if they somehow only see each other for not just they see each other for 5 seconds at an immunity challenge, just make eye contact with each other. And
they're bonded for life, but everybody knows they're going to work together. There's no way around that.
I don't think either of them go far if they do work together.
I think one of them can go far if the other gets voted out like immediately, but that's the only scenario I see one of them getting far.
I don't think they'll work together, but we'll see.
I don't think they will either.
Like I heard that the cameras played up the relationship that they had anyway.
It was legitimately, they talked for about 5 minutes a day, if that. Like, we saw a lot of their conversations on TV because those were the only conversations that they had over a 24-hour period.
Well, I love Kyle, especially in the 6th round. I think that's great value. I'm glad you guys left him for me.
All right.
Jacob, what do you got? 6'3".
All right. Give me, I will take RIZGOD. I'll take RizGod.
I like Rizzo.
He makes for great TV. I think he'll get a lot of screen time. I think between him and Savannah, I think he's going to go a lot farther. I think he's going to handle the quick turnaround a lot better. And I think Savannah could be one of the first people out because A, she's a winner, and B, she's unknown. And I think, I don't know how people are going to handle the fact that there's 2 unknowns.
Well, here's the thing. They don't know that Savannah's a winner.
There's no way that secret's going to stay. Dude, he's going to spill it.
Rizzo's going to throw her under the bus so quick.
So going into 50, no one knows who's actually won from 49. It's just speculation that one of them went far and one of them won. So
right. That's not going to be a secret for long.
But again, here's the thing too. Savannah could have good gameplay and say Rizzo won. Who's to stop her from doing that?
Yeah, but she could also try to build trust with people and be like, "Hey, I'm the winner." We'll see. I don't know. I don't think that secret's going to last more than a day on the island. People are going to ask immediately, "Yeah, who won 49?" And then Rizzo's not going to be like, "Neither of us." He's going to be like, "Oh yeah, she won."
Sophie Blue.
Blue Soph. I like Rizzo. I here's my thing with Rizzo. He's on a tribe with 3 other alpha males. I'm looking at this. He's got Q on his tribe. He's got Kyle on his tribe and Colby on his tribe. So like he is if there's a challenge they lose and the tribe looks and it's like we got to get rid of someone who's weak, they're gonna be like his muscles are smaller than the other 3 guys. Let's cut him. So if he can survive the pre-merge, kind of like Emily here, if he can survive the pre-merge, he could go deep.
I could see it.
High risk, high reward.
Yeah,
all right.
for sure.
What's your next one, Jacob?
Next pick, give me. Let me take Stephanie.
No, that was next. You guys keep doing this. Great pick, man. 7th
unfortunately,
round.
I think Stephanie's going to be in early vote out. They're going to see her as a strong female.
I think Stephanie's going deep. I think the exact opposite. I think nobody's going to look at her as threatening because of like her poor performance in Heroes Villain. She got hurt. She didn't do great aside from her first season. I mean, sorry, aside from the season, I think it was Palau. No, not Palau. Guatemala, where she went to the end and then lost to Danny. I mean, she did great in the season that she like was the last on her tribe, but she doesn't have a great history, and I think that's going to work to her advantage. She's very strong and very athletic. I love Stephanie. I was totally going to take her at 7-2 there. Great pick. Great pick. I love that pick. That might be the jackpot of the draft, man. I think she's going deep.
She was sitting on my list for a while, and I was a little surprised you guys didn't take her. Again, I'm just like I'm fresh off of watching 20, so I think that's why I held a little while.
I should have factored that in. I was about to take her in this spot, but I went with Kyle.
Look at Jacob's picks. They're all either new era, season 20, or season 37. All the seasons Jacob's watched recently.
Hey, and I took Rick.
Yeah, Rick.
38.
So I guess that means he's taking Aubrey.
Fair. All right. Well, we got 3 minutes on the clock, so let's roll through these last couple since Jacob's got to go.
Sounds good. I'm gonna take Chrissy here. I'm taking Chrissy. I see a lot of upside with her. Challenge beast. Probably got a lot of connections outside of the game. A lot of people say she has a terrible social game, but we'll see how it translates. I think she's got great upside here. And I don't want to have Q and Aubrey on the same tribe just because they're going to be beefing. I feel like one of them is going down early. So, yeah, I'm taking Chrissy and hoping I can get who I want with the 8-2 pick.
All right. So who do we got left? We have Camilla. We
Aubrey,
have Aubrey.
Savannah,
we have Sav
Charlie.
and Charlie.
Who do we leave Jacob with?
You know what? I'm going Charlie Sav.
Mr. Grip Strength.
In that order?
Yeah, Charlie and then Sav. Again, I think there is some sort of chance that Savannah somehow persuades people to keep her for a while. It somehow takes the heat off her, at least until some sort of tribe swap. I don't think there's any way to prove that she won right away, whether she's honest or tells someone it's either Rizzo or, again, someone else. I think she somehow stays for the first few votes.
We'll see. I don't know. I just feel like that secret can't be kept, and the winners have no shot. They're just going to target the winners here. So
again, that's why I think Savannah has the edge. Again, my point being, there's no way to prove whether she was a winner or not. She's an unknown. It's more of like her and Rizzo are in their own bucket. They're not a winner. They're not just a winner. They're not just a new era person. They're a complete unknown to everyone else. So it's going to be interesting to see.
I think she's an interesting one. I feel like the 2 weeks between filming is going to be a tough one. And the fact that she went home, if I just won Survivor and you told me that I was going to play again in 2 weeks, I'd be booking a resort stay in Fiji and stay in the time zone. I'd fly Haley out to me, and we would just be like feasting nonstop in Fiji for 2 weeks. But I don't know, Savannah's so tiny, and so that's a lot on your system. to have all this adrenaline that carries you through not eating for 26 days, to then have 2 weeks to try and turn it around and then go and do it again. I don't know.
We'll see.
That we will.
At A2, I don't want to have Kyle and Camilla, so I'm taking Aubrey. I don't think Aubrey has a lot of upside here. I think she's probably a pre-merge boot. Great strategist, though. If she can get out of the pre-merge, who knows how far she goes. I just think if there's a lost challenge, the Vatu tribe, I think she's the first woman to be voted out there. And I think
I would have to agree with you there, unfortunately. I love Aubrey, but
yeah. Her and Rizzo, I think, are quick boot outs on that tribe. And for Pick'em,
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil my strategy too much, but my early picks are probably going to be people I think are getting eliminated early. So, unfortunately, Aubrey, I love you. You're a fantastic player, one of the best of the 30s. But I don't think you have a lot of winner upside this season. But you're on my team, so love it. And that leaves with the very last pick of the draft, the Tom Brady pick will be Camilla.
I like it. Honestly, I thought about picking her a round or two before. Honestly, I think she's got I think she could find a hidden idol. She can do a puzzle. I feel like she's going to make some strong, like she knows she needs to make strong social bonds. I think she'll do okay. I'm not upset with that.
All right. Well, that was fun. I enjoyed
All
this.
right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I think we'll be live. At least Chase and I will be live after the premiere episode on Wednesday. It's going to be a long 3-hour episode, so I'm sure we'll have a ton to talk about. We'll probably do predictions and power rankings during that live stream at some point, and we'll just discuss what we talked about and how we're feeling about the premiere. I'm super excited about season 50. I'm really hoping that production lets the players play, doesn't throw too many twists in the mix here. I don't need any Mr. Beast coins. I don't need any Billie Eilish stuff. Just let the players play, Jeff. Stop making the twists like more important than the actual players themselves. Old school Survivor was the best, in my opinion, and we don't need to just bring celebrities into the mix. So hopefully we're in for a good season. How are you guys feeling about 50 before we sign off here?
Feeling great. I'm very excited. Let's bring in some of the old school. Let's see some last gasp that I know hasn't really happened in the new era. It's only happened twice in the new era so far. Pretty impressive that we had someone actually literally win last gasp. 2 contestants actually, but I want to see it again with all of these seasoned veterans. I want to see them do last gasp again. I want to see them mud wrestle.
Yeah, I could use some old school physical challenges. That would be fun.
I like it.
Another one that's really underrated. I don't remember if it's Heroes versus Villains or All Stars, but they were doing the one where like they're all oiled up and they're running down an oily track, and then there's like balls
that was All Stars. That was season 8. Yes.
Yeah, and you have to run, and Jeff would be like, "Ball number 8," and then you have to sprint, and they're both like falling on their butt,
belly flop it. Yeah,
yeah, that would be a great
about
challenge.
that one.
And that's so cheap and easy for production. It's like a low dollar.
It's not even that dangerous either.
Yeah,
like you just slide
some physical
on.
challenges would be nice.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think we'll see it though.
Stuff. Yeah, probably not.
Especially after, again, just watch season 20, watching like 3 people with major injuries within the first hour of the show starting. And like they let people walk away with like broken toes and all that stuff back then. They're never going to do that anymore now.
No, they're not. And it's just I don't want to necessarily say a bad Survivor. It's just a new Survivor. Survivor's changing. And you know what? I got to give it to them because Survivor has to change to be able to last 50 seasons. You can't just have the same thing over and over and over and over again to be successful. So, you know what? Try some new things. If it works, it doesn't work. But don't keep doing the same things that don't work. That's where we want to see the change.
Mm-hmm.
Just let the players play. Stop making the twists more important than the actual social.
I want to see fire tokens come back.
Me too. I'm so glad.
That was an incredible twist. Fire tokens, bring the fire tokens back.
And maybe just don't make them like make the purchasing power of fire tokens more reasonable, and then it'll be an excellent twist to the game. It's nice to have a bartering thing for people to exchange, like, hey, I'll give you my fire token if you vote with me tonight. Like, it just adds a cool element to the game. And you know what? Every now and then someone buys a jar of peanut butter and just feasts.
your alliance gets peanut butter.
Yeah, and then you have more strength for the challenge. It's a cool element to the game. So I'd love to see fire tokens brought back. You only got it for one season, season 40, and
yep, Winners at War.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that was fun.
We'll
Love
meet back up again on Wednesday night. Looking forward to talking about the premiere.
Everyone remember to like and subscribe, please. And
absolutely
join our weekly pick'em game if you want a chance to win a buff.
Yeah, reach out to either me or Nick. We will and check the link in bio and ask us for any information. You got basically 2 days to join.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, everyone. This has been a great time. After Boys out.
Thanks,
See you guys.
Bye.